sorry, you're in a horror movie now, right? So think about those things as you go through. Give yourself permission, okay? So we talked a little bit about de-escalation. And what is one of the main things or main techniques you can do when you're dealing with a person who's irate or belligerent? What can you do to de-escalate that person? What's one of the main tactics you can do? Ask them questions, but what kind of questions? Open-ended questions, right? You want to start to assess their actual intent. Because if you ask me, how am I doing today? And I say, I was doing all right until I came here. Something's up with that. If my coworker said that, I'm on their ass. I'm like, hey man, like, you want to check in? Like, what's good? Like, oh man, my wife made sunny side up. She didn't scramble my shit this morning. So, you know what I'm saying? It could be, and we're laughing, but it could be something like that, right? Like, I asked for sunny side up, she scrambled my shit. So, anyways, you guys are funny. So, self-defense tactics, right? Having a hands-on approach is beneficial, but the basic goal of self-defense is just giving you something that you can actually use. Not crazy, creative, karate, tai chi, something you're going to actually be able to use when you're in a pretty threatening situation, okay? Now, when can you use physical force? Not rhetorical. That's a good answer, right? So now you're going to make me test you. So when there's an immediate threat, but based on what?
I know this answer.
Based on that person's actions. If they're coming in your space and you repeatedly ask them to leave your space and they're not leaving your space,
okay,
and they're continually getting closer, or if there's some kind of indication that they're going to attack you, or if they're pointing a gun at you or something.
Those are all good answers. Now I want you to frame it because I want you to be non-convictable, right? So out of those three factors, you remember those three factors I told you to identify that threat? Do you remember what they were?
Oh, shoot.
Remember them?
Intent, yes.
What was the other one?
Stop it.
I know it.
So intent, the means and our ability, and the opportunity, right? So everything you were saying was great, but now you got to frame it under those three things, and then you can try